Uh-oh. Did the bears just break the trend line once again? Are we going to be reversing? We will find out. Hello Adrian and welcome back to another episode of the Dang Oracle. It is 7:30 p.m. We are UTC plus 8. Well, that's my time zone. I'm currently streaming and broadcasting from the beautiful Manila, Philippines. So welcome everybody who is watching around the world. Let's say hi first to the hardcore crew. Hi Cedric, hi Darren, hi Jerson, hi Tina. Welcome on this Friday. We are Friday. We are Friday. Yes, we are Friday. So tomorrow. Well, actually, today is actually quite a special day because of the 4th of July, there is actually no trading on the traditional markets. They're still trading on the futures, but the futures have a shorter time frame, so they will be closing the market, the futures market as well, earlier than normal. So it will be closed, if I am not incorrect, at 5 a.m. our time tomorrow. So a little bit earlier in terms of the traditional markets. Of course, the Bitcoin market, it keeps on moving. We don't stop 24/7, always running. Hi Gil, hi Alto, hi Zaldi, hi Monkol, welcome. And while the hardcore crew is floating in, let's take a look on some COVID numbers so that everybody is here. Hi Darwin. Hi Lex. Dun, 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 dun. Hi Gita. So United States, we are over 2.7 million cases right now. Brazil is pretty much 1.5 million right now. Russia and India are at 660,000, over the 600,000. India is starting to become the top in overtaking Russia actually. So pretty crazy over there as well. So let's take a look on. I clicked something. Let's take a look on how it looks on the chart itself. The chart itself is we are at over 10.8 million confirmed cases, and the chart does look like it's a little bit starting to top down, but not there just yet. Asia, USA still not great. Brazil, Russia, India, Peru, Chile. Nope, all not good. Not good. Did the hash ribbon go off yet? No, MA moving average 63. I've been watching it also. If it starts to get the buy signal, but no hash ribbon signal just yet, and to be honest, I don't think we will get we will get it, but who knows, I actually hope we will get it, and then it would be wrong. That would be classic, that would be amazing, but to be honest, no, I don't think we will get it. I don't think we will get it. Anyways, where should we start off? Let me think. Where should we start off? Let's just go with the Bitcoin where we were starting off yesterday, right? So yesterday, let's take a look first at the daily close. Daily close was this time below the EMA 55 once again. So we got a push up above the EMA, the green line above, and then we got immediately closed down. And as you can see, it is a bearish engulfing candle. But not only that. What is more important is now we have a confirmed hi MJ, hi Jeremy. Now we have a confirmed close below the supporting channel that we have been talking about for a really long time now, because this one, like I said, we could still considered we still could have considered that as a fake out because it happened on a Saturday, but now we have one during the weekday. So this is basically what we have been waiting for. For me, this is of course a confirmed case that we have broken now below the channel And what are we waiting for? Well, we're just waiting for it to break completely below the EMA 100, or this blue line here, and into our beautifully into our green box. That's basically what I am waiting for, and I do think that we will have it pretty soon. Like I said, it is quite a special period right now, because traditional markets are not open, not trading, and the futures are still trading until around 5 a.m. So for strangely enough, normally I would say during the weekend it is very rare that we would see some major breaks or anything like that, so major volume. But now I do think that it's very possible, because the momentum, or the money that is flowing from what is from the traditional markets are not going to be supporting the Bitcoin market. So I do think that most likely during this weekend or Monday, when the market is opening, that we will get a serious break towards the downside, something that we have been waiting for quite a long time as well. So now, what are we looking for? So for me, this triangle has been broken towards the downside. What are we looking for? So this triangle is no longer a triangle. It is actually a channel towards the downside, right? Because we are making, we are making highs. This is our high here. 1 second. This is our high here. This is our lower high here. This is our lower high here. And yeah, now basically we are breaking towards the downside, and our lows here are no longer valid. As we can see here, this was our higher low, and then, well, this could have been a fake out, but this is definitely not a higher low anymore, but a lower low. So the pattern is basically broken. So what are we going to do? We are going to form this beautiful downtrend, right? So now we can confirm that this is a downtrend, so we can make something like this. Whoopsie. Let's make it a little bit nicely, of course. Let's draw it pretty. There. Oh no, this is still a little bit too high, and then this is a little bit too low. There. There, beautiful. So this is our channel that we are forming right now, right? So like I said, lower lows and higher lows, so we keep on going down, right? So since that we have broken this line, actually we can actually remove this line. This one, actually, we can actually remove it, but I'm not going to remove it, because what usually happens is, like I said, usually we go down and then we retest the line, and then we break back down from there. We kind of had a retest already, as you can see here in this forming candle, and the candle that we are forming, but it can still go up a little bit higher, but I don't think it will go much higher than the EMA 55 at this point, which is currently at 9,158. I don't think it will go up even that high. We have a lot of resistance already at 9,115 and 9,132. So I don't think that we would be breaking that anytime soon, to be honest. But maybe back a little bit towards 9,115, maybe 9,130 even. But I don't think we will get that far. And we actually already did a retest. I think it was 9,122 for today. So let's see, but I do believe that we will have a break towards this this green box pretty soon, most likely over the weekend or start of the Monday, to be honest. So how does it look on the 4-hour chart? Let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. And as we've been discussing from a couple of days already. Since when? Since the 28th of June, for 5 days. This is a rising wedge like I've drawn, and like I said, the rising wedge usually breaks towards the downside rather than the upside, and as we can see here yesterday, that's basically what happened. And if we are making a measured move from this rising wedge here, we can see that after the breakout, you can clearly see perfect hit of our expected moves towards the downside, which is what was it, around the lower 9,000. That was basically what we were expecting for this rising wedge to be breaking, right? So all of that is perfectly fine. But the thing is, I never looked at this as a rising wedge. I do believe that is more like a bear flag that is being formed right now, rather than a rising wedge. So we can make that bear flag right now something like this. That is being formed right now, right? So something like this. There, something like this. And then if we make the measured move of that bear flag, we would have something like this. And then if it would break down in the next couple of days or something like that, we would get something like this. And we would get near our, it would measure towards around 8,200, something like that, 8,200. But I do think that after that, we most likely would go a little bit more down. And 8,200 is quite an interesting number because that would match our weekly, I think, not weekly, no, our daily 200 EMA, I think. Let me check if that is not nonsense that I'm talking about. Let me take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Moving average on 8,300 here, 8,376, this red line, the simple 200 moving average on the daily. So that's basically what around that measure move would tell us to drop down there. But yeah, I am going to be immediately already like thinking about taking some profits. Like I said, around the 8,600-ish level, or this green box here. Why that's exactly the EMA 200 right here on the daily, 8,587, or this purple line right here. That's the reason why I'm going to take profits. I do expect this one to go up a little bit higher, and then over the next couple of days, when it floats down there, it will hit this green box here, and that's when I will close my short that I have been holding for a little bit too long for day trading. But of course I still have my swing trade as well. That one is fine. I'll just hold on until we hit like 7.5, 7.6k or something like that. That's what swing trading is about. I won't be touching that except if I see something really crazy happening, right? But other than that, for my day trading position, I will close my 9.3k short around this green box area, and I'm expecting around this EMA 200 to have a bounce there. Do I think that it will be the end? I don't think so, because yeah, first we have to see some bullish divergence, right? So only when we see some bullish divergence, and like I said, if we bounce down here, we can go back up like near this once again, and then go back down, for example. We will see what happens when we get back up or get near that resistance trend line, if we are forming any divergences just yet. The calculation of the moving average is different, MJ. So you have the normal moving average, and the EMA is it's calculated differently, but it's of course a moving average, right? So but I prefer to use the EMAs because EMAs are more price reactive than moving averages. So moving averages is usually you use it more for like long term, for a really long term price movements, but EMAs are usually used for shorter term time frames, and because they are more reactive, so it goes better with day trading. So that's the reason why I put way more emphasis on EMAs. I do use crosses between EMA and MAs as well. That's something that is working pretty well as well. One example is of course the 10 simple moving average that I'm using right now, which is this red line here. One second. Which is this red line here, and now it currently is crossing the green line, or the EMA 55. That means the pressure is even more towards the downside. That's basically all what that is saying. So I do use the combination of them. I very rarely use purely moving averages alone. But yeah, I'm just it's just a matter of preference, to be honest. If people from the traditional markets, they usually trade with moving averages rather than EMAs. But like I said, I do think that you have to adjust when you are trading cryptocurrencies, because the market is moving way faster, and also is being traded 7 days a week. But it's just a matter of preference, and well, for me, I've been backtesting. Yes, keep saying. I mean, MA63, keep the hope up, keep the hope up. But I still think that we will have a retracement towards this 8.6K ish area. Do we break down from there and do we break down from there more? Most likely, I do think so, but we'll see. Yeah, it's true. Constant. It looks strong, but the reason why it looks strong is because the traditional markets are doing really well, right? So once again, it's quite. I think it's quite clear what we are seeing, right? So let's take a look at the traditional market, right? So this is you can do it with the S&P, or you can do it, of course, with Nasdaq as well. Hi, Aldrich. So yesterday, if we can see here on the S&P, we can see that the price went down like 1.4%. Like I said yesterday, price on the traditional market did look a little bit toppy. We can see it because, like I said, on the we reached the Stokes on the top of the Stokes of the 4-hour, and we've discussed that and we've back tested that. Only this one was a fake out. This one, I mean, this top was a fake out, but other than that, everything was pretty clear that we would get a small pullback, and this is what you're seeing. We are seeing this small pullback, and on the traditional markets, we pulled back, like I said, 1.4%, right? So here, 1.4%. As you can see here, not even 1.4%, it's like 1.34%, right? Something like that. While on the Bitcoin chart, how much did we pull back? We pulled back on the Bitcoin chart from this top point to this point, 3.92%. So, like I said, the correlation is there. The price, the correlation is there. The movement is exactly the same. We get a pullback on the traditional market. We also get a pullback on Bitcoin. So in terms of correlation, everything is exactly the same. But the drop on Bitcoin is way higher than the drop on the traditional market. And I've been explaining that you should actually be looking at Bitcoin as some sort of an altcoin from the traditional market. Very similar if you are looking at Bitcoin and the crypto altcoins is the following, right? Whenever Bitcoin drops down, let's say 1% or something like that, usually the altcoins will be dropping down 3 or 4%. They will be more emotional, and they will be dropping harder also because of the lower market cap and the liquidity and so on and so on. So it's exactly the same thing. So basically, Bitcoin is the shitcoin of the traditional market, right? So when the Big Daddy goes down a little bit, usually the altcoin, or in this case, Bitcoin, goes down a little bit harder, and that's basically what we are seeing. And since that I'm seeing that the top, the traditional markets are still doing really well. I'm not saying that. The traditional markets are going to be crashing or anything like that, but they're going to make a pullback, most likely a pullback, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. Well, most likely Bitcoin is going to maybe making a pullback as well, because the traditional markets are going to make a pullback. But because if the traditional markets are going to make a pullback of like 5% or something like that, I'm not saying that it's going to be something really huge or something like that, but let's say this is the low, and we are creating here a higher low, and if it drops back down here and we create another higher low, and then we bounce up on here, well, from that spot down, from that spot down, let's just take it from this top here down to here, that's around 3.61%. Well, if we do that exponentially, what we are doing right now, it was around 3 times that amount. So it will be a pullback of around 10% on Bitcoins, right? So if we take a pullback of 10%, around 10% there from our top here, what would we get? Around 10%. Let's go down a little bit more. Yeah, let's say 10% exactly, right? We would get the price of around 8,300, 8,400, something like that. And well, 8,364. And what is that on the daily chart? Well, we've just said it. The simple 200 moving average here, this red line here, is at 8,376, right? So if I am expecting that Bitcoin is going to be traditional market is going to make a little pullback. like I said, I don't think it will be crashing and making lower lows or anything like that. I'm just saying that most likely we will get another higher low and then push up higher from there. That will most likely will give Bitcoin a pullback as well. Like I said, toward like 8.5k, 8.6k, maybe a little bit lower towards, like I said, the simple 200 moving average around 8,300, 8,400. So yeah, that's basically what I am expecting and that what I am thinking. And also, if we are looking, like I said, even during Bitcoin bull markets, right? If you're looking back, if you're looking at Bitcoin bull markets, even then, during the bull market, we have retracements of like 30 to 40%. It doesn't look like it that we had that, but it's there. It's definitely there. So if you don't believe me, let's take a look. BTC USD. Let's go to Bitstamp so we have more data. Let's go back into our, let's take the weekly. So here, this was here in 2000, from 2016 to 2017, we had a major bull market, right? So we had a major bull market, and every time we had a small pullback, let's say here, during this pullback here, let's take a look. From here, boop, down, that's a pullback of like 40%. It doesn't look that big, but it's 40% that we went back down. Let's take the pullback here. We had a small pullback here, this one down, 34%. Yeah, it doesn't look big, but it's very substantial, right? Here, let's take the pullback here. This is 39%. Yeah. Then here, from here to here, another 40%. So that's what Bitcoin does. A little pullback of like 30 to 40%, even in serious bull markets, right? This was a crazy bull market, as you can see. I mean, that was the craziest bull market in history. I mean, for Bitcoin, of course, the craziest bull market for Bitcoin, and even then we had 30 to 40% pullbacks. So, is it that crazy that we make a pullback of 10%? I don't think that's a crazy thing. When the traditional markets are going to take a small pullback of their crazy bull run, for now, I don't think that is a big issue. When the traditional markets are going to make a larger pullback, most likely Bitcoin is going to make a larger pullback as well. Do I think that we will be breaking? Like I said, if we've been through the long-term analysis last time, right? We've been here. Do I think that we will ever get back here towards these areas here between 3,000 or 4,000? Most likely no. I mean, if the traditional markets keep on running like it's been running, I don't think we'll ever see that. Do I think that we will still have a chance to go back to like this area or this area or this area? Yes, we still have that would be, if we pull back from this top towards this top, how much is that? Well, 39%, right? So 39% pullback, it's pretty possible or anything. So that's basically how I'm looking at things. Of course, you can't really predict those kind of things in one day or something like that. Yeah, you just have to look at it day by day and see how it goes on a daily basis and form your opinion later on when you have more data, right? So that's how we have been trying to form this breakdown for a really long time already, right? For the past, I don't know, since 27th of June, that I've been saying like, yeah, well, most likely it's going to be breaking down, but it hasn't happened until basically yesterday. We had the confirmation of the breakdown. But other than that, in terms of like technical analysis or theory, pretty much pretty solid, as in everything went as according to plan. With this death cross that we've been speaking about, this death cross that we had between the EMA 55 and the EMA 200, what we crossed and we went back down, and then what happened, price went up and retested like I said, there's two possibilities. Sometimes it retests only the EMA 55 and then it breaks down, or there's a second possibility, it tests the purple line or the EMA 200 and then it breaks down, and that's basically what we are seeing right now. It was the second case. The bulls wanted to scare everybody once again before breaking down, right? So yeah, but everything else, for me, everything else, we are still on track. Yes, Constant, I mean, that's normal, right? everybody is trying to have clickbait. Everybody is trying to have more views. But also you have to understand, right? I mean, all the other channels or all the other YouTube channels, all those people, they are relying on YouTube as a revenue. Most of the times they are relying on sponsorship or links or affiliate links or Discord groups or Telegram groups or signals or courses or whatever, or you know what I mean. So yeah, of course they have to find all the tricks and marketing tools to push their channels and this and that. For me, I mean, this is pretty clear. I don't give a F. You like it or you don't like it, it's up to you, you know. So that's the reason, that's the difference. I don't really care. Anyways, so what I do care is when people are not or misunderstanding me, or when people are saying or putting words into my mouth that or because they don't understand the concept, and that's what I do dislike. So if you don't understand something, or you don't or you dislike the content, but you have a solid reason for it, sure, I can accept it. I mean, first of all, I make mistakes all the time. Second of all, I don't consider myself like a genius trader or anything like that. I am just able to make a living out of it. That's my work. But other than that, whatever works for you, good for you, and you should be keeping doing it. This is how I am trading. This is how I am doing things. That's the difference. But what I do hate is when people are telling me like, hey, you said this and that's not true, or something like that, and they can't back it up, or they misinterpret things, and that's something that I dislike, right? That's something that I dislike. So I wanted to go back into yesterday, because yesterday I actually explained something really interesting about the correlation between the stock market and the Bitcoin price, but apparently it went it was misunderstood or something like that, right? So I wanted to do that specifically for today, so that you're very clear on what I wanted to say, right? So let's go first into the Nasdaq chart, right? Because right now, like I keep saying, the Nasdaq chart is basically the one that is has the most, leading the market. Well, to be honest, it's only 6 stocks that is pushing everything up. And if you are not aware, well, then you're not trading the stock market, right? But the stock market has been way more fun to be trading. Well, not really. I mean, you just had to long Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, Tesla, and you were good. So basically, that's basically what you only had to do, and that's basically what why Nasdaq is pumping, because of those stocks. But anyways, so this is the Nasdaq chart, as we can see, right? This is the Nasdaq chart. Let's put it on the daily. This is the Nasdaq chart. As you can see, a huge line towards the upside after. Wait, let's do this. We can see the V-shaped correction, and then it make a solid pump towards the upside. So why is this correlated into Bitcoin? If we are looking on the daily charts on Bitcoin, and we scroll back, we can see here we have a very similar macro perspective. Once again, macro perspective, where we do exactly the same. We make a V-shaped correction, and then we pump up towards the upside, as you can see, right? So Nasdaq is forming exactly the same pattern in terms of macro movement. Not the same percentages, obviously, not the same percentages, not the same anything like that. But anyways, what we want to know is, because the stock market, like I said, is the big daddy. That's the big one, and Bitcoin is like an altcoin of the stock market. So what are we doing? We are going to take the Nasdaq, and we are going to be dividing that by the Bitcoin chart. So if we do that, if we divide that, then we get this chart. And that's the chart basically that I wanted to show you guys, right? That's the chart that I wanted to show you guys. So what does this mean? Once again, what does this mean? Whenever this goes down, it means that money from the Nasdaq people from the stock market is moving into Bitcoin, meaning the value of Bitcoin goes up higher, and you can buy more Nasdaq shares with your Bitcoin. The other way, if this chart goes up, that means that the money is moving from Bitcoin, from the cryptocurrency industry, well, from Bitcoin, into Nasdaq. And what are we seeing? And that's the most important thing. The last couple of weeks, days, well, since, let's say, since the 14th of May, as you can see here, since the 14th of May, it has been going back up. What does it mean? Like I said, it means that money is actually flowing from the cryptocurrency industry back into the stock market. And that's kind of normal. Why is that normal? Well, Bitcoin is just ranging right now, or it's just, going up and down and going up, but very, very slowly. So during that period, people are of course going to be selling their Bitcoin and moving it into the stock market. If you are a trader or an investor, where do you want to be trading or investing? Where you make the most money. It's just as simple as that, right? So why would I be holding, if I have, let's say you have 10 shares of Microsoft, and you have 10 Bitcoins, and you see Microsoft is going to the moon like crazy, and Bitcoin is going up, but like 1 or 2%, very, very slowly. Of course, you're going to be selling your Bitcoin and moving the money into your Microsoft shares, and your Microsoft shares to make more money. And at one point, when your Microsoft shares are not making much money anymore, you move it back into something else that makes more money. If in that case, if that's Bitcoin, then you're going to be moving your money into Bitcoin, right? Kind of makes it's quite simple. And that's one of the reasons why I'm at this moment more leaning towards a pullback towards Bitcoin. The reason is, first of all, the money is, as you can clearly see, the money is moving from Bitcoin into the Nasdaq or into the stock market, and not otherwise. So as long as we see this chart going towards the upside, and right now, if you are just doing pure technical analysis, you can clearly see everything. Everything is above all moving averages, meaning it will most likely go up more, right? It will most likely go up more, meaning more and more people are moving their money as an investment from Bitcoin into the traditional market. Now, what is the conclusion out of this? So if people are moving their money from Bitcoin into the traditional market, but if the traditional market is going to be pulling back, then of course the effect on Bitcoin is going to be double as strong, right? Because you are already moving your money from Bitcoin into the stock market, so there is a lower buy pressure on the Bitcoin price. That's one. So because there is capital that is moving away, and then you have a pullback of the price, then because you already have a lower buy pressure, the effect of the price on Bitcoin is going to be double as strong or triple as strong. In this case, from yesterday, that's just an example. Yesterday it was triple as strong as in comparison as the S&P. So yeah, that's basically what this chart is all about. And this chart is important because, like I said, if we see more and more money moving from the crypto market into the stock market, because the stock market is doing so well, then you cannot expect Bitcoin to be skyrocketing to the like a crazy rocket, right? Because you need money, you need capital, you need the market cap has to be growing, and the money has to be coming from somewhere, right? The money has to be coming from either from gold or from the stock market or from somewhere, right? So like I explained it before already, let's say you have $1,000. What are you going to do? You're going to be investing into stocks, you're going to be investing into gold, you're going to be investing into bonds, you're going to be investing into crypto, blah blah blah, and so on. But if you are seeing that the stock market is doing so well, where are you going to put your money in? Of course, you're going to be putting your money first into the stock market, right? And that's basically what this is about. So it's just a very fundamental concept that I think it's very important that you should be understanding. So for people that are saying like, oh, Bitcoin is going to the moon immediately, well, for that you need a lot of volume and a lot of capital. So, and as long as the capital or the money is not coming into, then yeah, well, we are seeing it right now, consent on the stock market, right? Or else, why do you think Bitcoin is not going down? We can clearly see it already. It's going down. We went down a little bit, as you can see, from yesterday. So the stock market, what am I expecting is um, is uh, is a pullback. Most likely, it's going to make a pullback, a stronger pullback. Let's say to the EMA 55 or something like that, and then we'll have to reanalyze. But like I said, 2% or 3% down on the stock market is most likely 4, 5, or even 6% on the Bitcoin chart. So, don't think that the pullback is not important on the stock market. It doesn't look big on the stock market, yes, but on the Bitcoin chart, it will look harder, right? But yeah, am I bearish on the traditional market? Hell no, I'm not bearish at all, and definitely not when the FED keeps on buying bonds and buying stocks and this and that. Uh, and a quick segue towards the bonds, as we can see here, we can follow it here. What the FED is buying in terms of like asset, and as you can see here, the last week we keep on going down right now. So as you can see, it gets updated every week, by the way, so you can refresh it every week on the Wednesday. It gets updated every week on Wednesday, American time, so it's like Thursday for Asian time for me. But as you can see here, the amount of assets is dropping right now, so it means that the FED is buying less assets right now at this moment in time. But if it curls back up towards the upside, if the FED buys more stuff, then you can be sure and be guaranteed that the stock market is going to be doing really, really well, right? So that's something else that you should be paying attention to. So am I overall macro bearish on Bitcoin or anything like? Hell no. How can I be bearish on Bitcoin when the stock market is doing is into a huge bull run like this, and Nasdaq is making all-time highs? You can't be bearish, right? You can't be bearish. But there is always pullbacks, and I'm just a day trader, right? In terms when it comes to small pullbacks, yeah, I'll take that 10%, I'll take that 15% pullback on Bitcoin. Of course, I'm gonna take it, right? That's what a day trader is. For people who are investing or who are just holding, who cares, right? They'll just hold it and then hope by the end of the year or by next year, Bitcoin does really, really well. And I do believe that it will be doing really, really well, right? That's why I am investing also in Bitcoin, and that's why I'm holding also in Bitcoin some parts of it. And if you haven't seen it, you should watch my video about Metcalfe's law, and that's the Bitcoin that I bought in at like 4,000 what was it, 4,400 at around 3,500. Yeah, that's the Bitcoin that I'm never going to be trading. That's just holding, and then whenever it becomes whatever 25,000 or 40,000 or whatever number you want to be putting it on, that's when I'll be selling those Bitcoins. But until then, that's my holding position. So I make a very, very, very diversified portfolio between day trading, between swing trading, and between long-term holdings. And that's basically what we want to be seeing. Yes, I mean, Trent, the whole reason why Bitcoin is so popular is because of the money movement, right? Look at this, right? Look at this. From this part, 6th of the 7th, this part here from the December 2017, it went up to all the way here, right? And then it went back down here, as you can see here. So from 11 Feb to 27 of June, all the money went flew into Bitcoin, as you can see, right? Let's say 8 of Feb to 26th of June. Oh, you can just back test it, right? So 8th of Feb 2019. Let's go to the 8th of Feb 2019. Here, 8th of Feb 2019, and you can see here, 8th of Feb, we were here at 10,000, right? 2019, sorry. Oops, wrong. 8th of Feb 2019. Dun, dun, dun. Where am I? Here. So we were here, We were at 6,800, and as you can see, it went up towards yeah, a nice 11,000 or something like that. So of course we will have, like, you know, ebbs and flows of periods where stocks are not, basically it's out of boredom, right? When when is a trader going to be moving, right, their money? When it's not making any money, right? When it's ranging, right? When it's very, very, very slow. So during this whole period here, for this past, let's say, this past month, it has been incredibly boring for Bitcoin, right? So what are the traders going to be doing? They're going to be moving it into stocks, right? And that's basically what we are seeing, right? The last month that we have been seeing, we can see that this chart is going up, right? Since the last month or something like that, right? You can see up, it goes up, means moving back into stocks. But yeah. But I mean, it goes in ebbs and flows, it goes in cycles. But the only thing that we can see is right now, as you can see right now, people are more interested in stocks, and money is flowing from the cryptocurrency industry into stocks. But the thing is, since the stock market is the big daddy, the big daddy will always pull up all the small ones. It's the same for Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin goes up, all the small shitcoin goes up as well, in terms of USD pairing, not in terms of BTC pairing, of course. You can see it even when Bitcoin goes up. Even shitcoins like Litecoin, you know, every coin in USD pairing goes up, but not as fast as Bitcoin, right? So it's a very same thing. Stock market goes up very, very, very big, and of course Bitcoin goes up as well, but in a smaller pace and a smaller speed. Because there is more money flowing into the stock market, right? So yeah, I think it's important to see or to understand that concept if you are trading Bitcoin. Anyways, where are we? So yeah, what am I expecting? Well, I'm expecting a break, most likely the next couple of days. Like I said, bounce, most likely a bounce at like the EMA 100, or this light blue line here, which is the EMA 100 at 8,871. I think we will make a small bounce there, and then something like this. But eventually, in the next couple of days, next week, most likely. I don't even think that it will take that long, to be honest. I think this weekend, strangely enough, I think it's going to be this weekend. Like I said, traditional markets are closed, futures are closed, and I think the momentum, because everybody is losing the hype from the traditional market. I think that we will get that dump during this weekend, to be honest. But it can also not happen, of course. You can't really predict those kind of things. But for me, that's just the psychology that's behind it. So I do think that during this weekend, we will actually see some more downside towards that area. So most likely that's where I'm expecting 8 point here, this CN line at EMA 100, 8,871, then bounce from there and go back down all the way towards 8.6, or this green box area, this purple line here, on the EMA 200. That's basically what I'm expecting, and that's what I am in the trade for as well, right? Since 9.3k, so that's a long trade already. Anyways, let's take a look on expected moves charts, if we can see something different there. So first, standard deviation to the top side is 9,186. Would that break anything? No, it wouldn't break anything. Towards the downside is around 9,011 for the first standard deviation. So yeah, which is once again towards the bottom of that channel. Once again, doesn't really say anything that much. We are here at this resistance line here on the 12 hour. So let's see if we manage to keep pushing up, or we finally get breaking down. RSI is currently still below the EMA, so that is not good, obviously. Let's take a look on the daily Stokes are, yeah, we are still in this zone here, curling up, but yeah, doesn't it doesn't look that great as well. HUP is of course flashing. It's been flashing since forever, so we're still waiting for that move. But yeah, RSI is, as you can see, still stuck in this bearish control zone here, trying to get out, but yeah, it needs to be crossing up 9,150. And like I said, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is 4-hour chart is actually trying to cross towards the upside right now, so maybe we do get a little bit of a pushback back up once again before breaking down. Maybe 9150, 91 something like that, right? But it is still below in the bearish control zone, as you can see. It still needs to get up, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna get that far, to be honest. Like I said, for me, the channel has been broken now and officially confirmed, because now it is during a weekday or a trading day. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting. But yeah, have been wrong before. Could be wrong again. So let's see. But yeah, I think tomorrow will be more interesting, because we will have the closes of everything, right? Anything else that I want to say? Oh yeah, on the daily, as you see, I've been speaking about this triangle, descending triangle that broke to the downside. As you can see, we got rejected here, and then it's just basically hanging around here, but yeah, most likely it will be breaking down further. Very similar, you can see here on the CME chart as well. Actually more pretty on the CME chart, RSI chart, as you can see. Descending triangle breaking down, trying to break back up, but got rejected, and then most likely more continuation towards the downside. So yeah, as you can see here, traditional markets are actually today, I mean right now, are still on the futures, are still making a more a pullback. Most likely it's going to be pulling back towards the 3,100 area, or this EMA 21. That's basically what I'm expecting. Same for Nasdaq, as you can see here, currently pulling back down as well. Most likely 10,244, closing the week there. Like I said, closing the week there is definitely not a disaster or anything like that, but just by making this move towards the downside, that will put the pressure onto Bitcoins, and like I said, most likely it will go towards like the 9, what's that, that number again, 8,900 area, something like that, with that pullback. So once we get to that pullback, then we will get more continuation, most likely towards the downside, because people are going to be panicking. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? Yep, maybe let's take a look at the heat map. Heat map is pretty much the same, as you can see here. We have more resistance being built up here at 9,300. More positions there, and then towards the downside, as you can see here, 8,800, there is some support there. That's the reason why I'm saying like 8,900, 8,800 will most likely get a small bounce there, but the most of the support, as you can see here, is at the 8,500 line. So eventually, most likely, it will end up somewhere there, and then we can close our positions, right? So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for today. It was enough already. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and please understand more the general concepts of the markets, rather than just trading blindly and going into positions without any any thought or anything like that. But other than that, that's it for today. Like I said, I don't think we will be breaking this EMA 21 once again at 9,130. I don't think we'll get up higher than that, but let's see. We might get retesting again at like the EMA 55, which is at 9,180. But yeah, this is forming like a broadening, ascending broadening wedge, right? So something like this is happening right now. So maybe something like this, where we make like a double top type of structure. But yeah, we'll see. All the pressure is definitely now on Bitcoin. Was there? Oh yeah, no. Actually, there was something else that I wanted to show you guys, which is boom. Where is it? Here, the Hurst cycles. And like I said, the Hurst cycles are looking, forming really nice picture of the situation. As you can see here, the cycle bottom is at 8,982. So if we hit there, that will be the cycle bottom. And then, as you can see here, the medium cycle bottom is at 8,400. That basically shows us the downwards target pretty well as well. And then the oscillator, as you can see here, nice rejection of the yellow line here, and then still towards the downside. And then the MACD, one more time, the MACD, where is the MACD? Here, the MACD is still below the zero line. We are at minus 82 right now. Yesterday it was like 75. So yeah, there is still more and more pressure towards the downside rather than the upside. Does our COT say something? Let's take a look at our COT. Oh, retail has actually been buying. As you can see, retail has actually been buying. Professional traders have been slowing down, as you can see, towards the downside, and institutions has been dumping. So institutions have been dumping Bitcoin. Professional traders are now taking profits and pushing and starting to sell, and retail is buying the dip. So let's see who wins, and we'll find out very soon. Like I said, I do believe that we will have this weekend, we will have more action than usual, and most likely already later tonight, to be honest, when the stock the futures stock market are going to be closing, because there's no traditional market opening or working today because of the 4th of July celebrities. So yeah, until tomorrow, same time, same place, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. Please like, share, comment, and whatever you want to ask on this channel. And other than that, until tomorrow,